All right. So this book cost me $300, but I believe it will help you. It has helped me. I think it's the value is more than $300, and honestly, the book may be more than $300 now. I'll be quite honest with you. Go check it out on Amazon. The book is How to Make 100,000 Farming 25 Acres. This is by Booker T. Wadley. Remember that name, Booker T. Wadley. I heard about this book from Out the Mud Farm. You can check out her YouTube. So fast shout out to her. But it's funny because I watched her video. Then the next day I was at a farm, maybe 10, 15 miles away from here. And we walking through and we just chopping it up, nothing major. And he was like, yeah, man, you know, this was one of Booker T. Wadley's model farms. I said, wait, hold on. I said, Booker T. Wadley? I said, you know, I just watched a video about him last night and you telling me this was one of his model farms. It's owned by someone different now, but I know the owner. I know the people that are working on it. I was just like, wow, what a small, what a coincidence. I'm watching a video last night. Now I'm on one of this man's model farm, which was a pick your own farm. And we'll get more into what a pick your own farm is if you don't already know what that is. But Booker T. Wadley, this book was written in 1987. So this 100,000 is probably 300 and some thousand in today's money. But his whole philosophy was, and he was not anti-big farm, but he just felt like the USDA was pushing this whole big farm agenda, you know, farms over 500,000 acre plus, big farms. He felt like that system was not obviously applicable to everybody. Monocropping wasn't applicable to everybody. And then, you know, when the government's giving subsidies to these big farms to grow certain things, he just didn't totally agree with that. And he felt like there was a certain niche and a certain approach that small farmers needed to take to be profitable. You know what I'm saying? And he really wasn't a big proponent of going to farmers market and selling at farmers markets. He believed more in the pick your own operation, pick your own. That is pretty much when people come to your farm and pick whatever you have. So that farm that's down the street is a blueberry farm. So you come, you pick your blueberries. I went over there too, pick my own blueberries, and you pay and you leave, you know, and they're fresh blueberries. I actually have about maybe 5 to 10 pounds in my freezer still right now. So, and the reason he liked the pick your own model is because labor is a farm's greatest expense. Hence, and I'm not trying to get too political, this is why the big farms are looking for so-called cheap labor. But we're not going to get into that, okay? We're going to leave it there. But that's why they kind of need that, is because labor is the biggest expense. So if you can find a way to eliminate your biggest expense, have the people come pick their own stuff, pick their own fruits, veggies, whatever you have to offer, you've cut down that, you've eliminated that expense. Especially in a place like California where, you know, you got to have all this weird crap and employee junk and this and that and stuff and this, you know. So that was his biggest proponent. And one of the biggest things in this book here is the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments. The Guru's 10 Commandments, thy small farm shout. Thy small farm shout. Commandment number 1, and this is critical. Never even thought about this. Critical. Provide year-round daily cash flow. Year-round daily cash flow. What does that mean? Make money every damn day. You know, and obviously that's not going to be possible. Totally possible. I'm not going to say it's not going to be possible, but I think it keeps in your mind. So I have this crop. I plant it. I harvest it in September. But how do I sell maybe half of it fresh? Freeze dry another third of it. Can another third of it. Do this other thing. Process it and do this other thing with the other third. Depending on what the crop is, now I can sell this crop almost year round. I can sell it through the winter. I can sell it through the spring. I can sell it through the fall. I can sell it at all times. I'm providing year-round daily cash flow when I was just selling the whole thing all at once in October when I harvested it in September. Number two, be a pick your own operation. And really, obviously that's not feasible for everybody. There's a lot of insurance you got to pay when you're having people come to your farm. But I just think really when we got to put that in our mind and hindsight is, how do we reduce our labor costs? That's kind of how I look at that today. I'm not saying don't do the pick your operation. I'm not saying do the pick your operation, but it's like, how do we reduce our labor cost? Whatever that may be. But I'm saying do that in an ethical and moral way, not some other way, but I'm not going to get too deep into that. Don't want to ruffle any feathers. So this other commandment, critical, because I learned this the hard way. This is the sixth commandment. Learned this the hard way. I started growing mushrooms last year in the fall on my property because I was like, this is a high per pound crop. You can get a pretty good price. You can pretty much grow mushrooms year round, going back to the year round daily cash flow. So that was the reason I started trying to grow mushrooms. But guess what? Produce what thy client demand and nothing else. In the area I live in, mushrooms are not in demand. They are in interest. People are interested. They're like, oh yeah, well yeah, I'll buy it one time, I'll buy it 1 week, but they're not demanding it every week. They're not calling me, oh man, I got to get some more mushrooms, man. I need some more oyster mushrooms. We're talking about legal mushrooms here. We're not talking about any psychedelic mushrooms. I just want to make that clear for anybody that maybe has any doubts or questions about that. We're really talking about mainly oyster mushrooms. Matter of fact, hold on, I have some right here. I have some oyster mushrooms right here. So these are the packets I would sell them in. These are dried. So I would have fresh mushrooms, and I have my dried mushroom products here. I also have mushroom powder. So we and these mushrooms, guess what? Once they're dried, they can last for a year to 2 years. So that was my whole provide the daily cash flow, because I have a product I can sell fresh, I can sell dried, and guess what? It stores for a hell of a long time. But guess what? If it ain't in demand, man, it don't really matter. So these are the key things that's what I'm saying, man. This book is worth more than $300, man, because it just puts your mind in a whole nother spot, man. And that's where you really got to get to when you're trying to get to another level, and you're not trying to be a slave to your homestead. And I don't mean that in its literal form, but it's about approaching this with a different mindset, if you know what I'm saying. So those are some of the, and then I'm gonna read commandment number 7. Shun middleman and middlewoman like a plague. You hear that? Shun middleman and middlewoman. I like that how he include both sexes in there. For they are a curse unto thee. Shun middleman and middlewoman like a plague, for they are a curse to thee. And another one is, you need to have crops that earn a minimum of $3,000 per acre. And I think really you can crank that up. People like Curtis Stone have proved that you can make way more than that. You can make $10,000 on an acre. So that's more than doable. So these are the 10. These are some of the 10 commandments, because I'm not going to tell you everything, man. You're going to have to come get the damn book for yourself. And then he also has a map here and how the diversified farm should be set up with the berries, with the greens, with the animals, even how to drive around the farm, how it all should be. So he has plotted and thought this thing out, and it's a blessing to be able to go to one of his model farms here. But man, this book, man, it will completely change the way you operate, the way you think, and how you approach your homestead, your farm, your garden, especially if you're really trying to make a profit. You're trying to start a homestead and you're trying to have some profitability from that homestead. Yeah, man, you gotta invest 300, 400, 500, with however much it costs. You gotta pay the cost to be the boss, man, because this guy. And another thing is that Mr. Booker T. Wiley did. He helped Domino's Pizza start a farm up in Michigan, where Domino's was based out of, so they could have more fresher ingredients to their pizza, man. So this dude has, he's just overlooked. But like most of the greats, they're overlooked. We look at all these other people, and we're not hating on them. We're really not hating on them. But we're trying to, we really, if you're on this and you're trying to start a small farm, homestead, farm, garden, you need to speak to people. You need to study people, that were focused on the small farmer. That's what we got to focus on, man. We can't focus on people that's talking to the small farmer, the big farmer, the middle farmer, the this, the that. No, we got to focus on people that's trying to get to that's trying to help you out. You feel me? So I think you should look into this book. I will probably do some more videos on the principles of this book and some of the case studies he's done out this book. But it's just, man, this thing is just so critical, man. And he has so many case studies in here that it just goes on, man. I mean, he even talks about just everything, even just selling the trees off your wood. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. Hydroponics farm. Why rosemary and basil are good. You know what I mean? He the mushrooms, like I said, you know. So it's so many things in here that it's really mind-blowing, man. And I can go on and on and on and on like Erykah Badu, but I'm not. I'm actually gonna sit here and I'm gonna stop. But check it out, think about it. You really need to, study the commandments here, and you need to get your mind. You need to get your mind on you and your farm and how you can be more profitable. If that's what you're looking to do, if you're looking to be more productive and more profitable on your farm, you got to invest, man. You got to invest. Booker T. Wiley is the real deal. That's why, guess what? After you watch this video, you'll probably search this book online. There's only like 3 people talking about it, and Out the Mud Farm is one of them. So very little people, man, because this information has been kept. But it's all good though, man. Get it while it's hot, partner. I will see you on the next video, and I will do some more videos talking about certain case studies out of this book that can help you and help boost your mindset, your production, and your outlook. Gone.